Princess Leonor's royal morning routine, a gentle start to her love story. In a world increasingly defined by public appearances, political decisions, and grand state events, it is rare to glimpse the quiet moments that shape the leaders of tomorrow. But today, for the first time, we explore the private rhythm behind Spain's future monarch, the soft, steady cadence that defines her mornings and may very well reflect the beginnings of something far deeper. A royal morning routine, and the subtle rise of a love story. This is not tabloid speculation. This is a matter of public interest. And as of June 27, 2025, what begins behind the palace doors each morning is drawing global attention for what it quietly reveals. 1. A morning at Zarzuela Palace, a legacy continues. The royal residence of Zarzuela Palace, nestled in the hills outside Madrid, has been home to Spanish royalty since 1962. But within its walls today, a new rhythm emerges, one shaped not by King Felipe or Queen Letizia, but by their eldest daughter, Princess Leonor, heir to the Spanish throne. Her day begins precisely at 6 a.m., not because of duty, but because of discipline. She wakes without assistance, as confirmed by palace aides. No phone in hand, no social media first thing. Instead, 10 minutes of silence and breathwork, a technique taught during her military training in Zaragoza. According to her head of royal protocol, this moment is non-negotiable, a time where the crowned princess gathers herself before the day's symbolism begins. 2. Fitness and clarity, training the air. At 6:15 a.m., Leonor steps into the private courtyard, where a solitary military trainer awaits. Despite her royal status, the physical regimen she maintains mirrors that of junior officers in Spain's military corps. The routine includes 20 minutes of core and resistance work, light tactical endurance practice twice a week, and, on alternate days, mounted training simulations in a closed stable east of the palace grounds. This practice, ongoing since July 2023, is more than exercise, it's a signal. A signal that Princess Leonor's preparation to lead will not rely solely on tradition. She is being shaped to lead in real terms, by action, not only inheritance. 3. Breakfast at the East Hall, a family ritual. By 7 a.m., Leonor returns to the East Hall of the palace, the only part of the royal home where no aides are allowed between 7 o'clock and 7:30. Here, 3 generations often converge. Queen Letizia, with her morning herbal infusion. Infanta Sofia, finishing her correspondence with Geneva-based tutors. And occasionally, King Felipe, reviewing morning reports from Spain's civil guard. But what's newly observed, and quietly acknowledged, is the arrival, twice this past month, of a guest at that table. Not a royal, not a diplomat, but a man whose presence, according to palace staff, is welcomed but closely observed. 4. The gentle emergence of a royal romance. Since early April 2025, that man, whose name remains unreleased to the public, has been present in early morning palace events, including breakfast on April 18 and again on June 2. He is believed to be a graduate of the University of Geneva, involved in international youth peace projects. Born in Boston, raised partly in Barcelona. Not a titled noble, but from a family with diplomatic ties. Multiple sources confirm he has been vetted through Protocol A3V, the royal standard for assessing relationships involving the heir. What makes this remarkable is not just his presence, but the time of day. Mornings in royal life are for intimacy. No cameras, no briefings, no ceremonies. His repeated appearance at this hour is not accidental. It is intentional. It is trusted. It is evolving. 5. Public duties begin 8 a.m. to noon. By 8 a.m., Leonor transitions into her official calendar. Every moment from here is logged. Weekly language sessions, Arabic, French, and Catalan. Diplomatic briefings with the Foreign Office. Leadership coursework overseen by Queen Letizia's policy advisor. Rotating calls with European youth councils, often in both English and Spanish. But it is between 10:30 and 11:30, usually in the secondary drawing room, that she is occasionally joined by her rumored partner, this time not as a guest, but as an advisor in her cultural diplomacy projects. It was here, on May 6, 2025, that the two co-led a virtual youth discussion on the Mediterranean Peace Charter. They were not introduced as a couple. They were introduced as collaborators. But the chemistry, and the connection, was apparent, noted even by international journalists watching from afar. 6. Why mourning matters in royal culture. For the Spanish monarchy, the morning is symbolic. It is when royal birth announcements are made. It is when abdications and successions occur. It is the hour of laudes, the traditional prayer of kings and queens. That Princess Leonor's private world is active in these hours, and includes a companion, speaks volumes to royal historians. The monarchy is not declaring a union. It is planting the rhythm of one. And it is doing so in the quietest, most personal hour of the day, the hour that no press can fake and no camera can stage. 7. Queen Letitia's influence on the routine. Insiders credit much of this structure to Queen Letizia, who reformed the royal household's internal schedule in 2015. It was her belief that early hours shaped clarity of mind and consistency of leadership. Now, Princess Leonor embodies that structure. No overnight guests unless cleared by the Chief of Staff. No public-facing calls before 10 a.m. And no breakfast missed without explanation. Letizia is not just a mother, she is a mentor, instilling in her daughter the values of leadership through quiet discipline. 8. A royal routine meets a personal future. As of June 2025, multiple signals suggest the relationship forming inside this schedule is moving toward official acknowledgement. A private weekend at Merivent Palace in Majorca was authorized in May, including the rumored fiancé. King Felipe is said to have briefed 3 regional bishops about a possible union as early as 2026. And Leonor's communications team has prepared a soft, timeline reveal, for the first week of September. It is not a matter of if. It is a matter of when, and how. 9. Why the morning story is a global story. Why does this matter? Because monarchies no longer exist in private chambers alone. They exist in classrooms, on TikTok, in youth conferences, in global climate panels, and at moments of geopolitical crisis. Princess Leonor's morning routine is not just about breakfast, jogging, or meetings. It is about how a young royal prepares her mind, her values, and her potential marriage to align with a world that no longer accepts monarchy without meaning. Her morning is a policy. Her discipline is a message. Her routine is not just a start to her day, it is the beginning of a new royal chapter. So as the sun rises over Madrid each day, behind guarded gates and quiet courtyards, the future Queen of Spain begins her hours not with spectacle, but with structure. Her day begins in silence. It unfolds with intention, and within it, quietly but surely, something extraordinary is growing. A love story, not declared from a balcony or sung by choirs, but written in the quiet of shared moments, respectful collaboration, and daily trust. As of June 27, 2025, it is clear. This is not just a morning routine. It is a window into the future. And the world is watching not for fireworks, but for the soft certainty that love, legacy, and leadership can begin with a single quiet hour.